Dr. Couture. This is our final project presentation over Moon Tower Inn. I'm Lillian Habib.
Viviana Linares.
And I'm Ingrid Blacklock.
A little bit of what we'll be talking about today. We'll start with an introduction and a project opportunity, go into our goals and objectives, then our analysis of the situation, then the data collection parts, followed by the simulations, and finally our recommendation. Moon Tower Inn is an American-style restaurant and bar located here in our dear Houston, Texas. It is a place that we have all gone to visit and hang out. While at our time there, we noticed that there is a problem concerning their restrooms with their queue times. Moon Tower Inn is a very big restaurant and it's outdoors. It has a seating for about 300 people while only having 2 restrooms, one for males and one for females. Because of this, we noticed that there is a big problem concerning their queue times, and we brought it up to management and they also agreed. Thus bringing it to our goals and objective, which is to reduce that queue time and wait time for the restrooms. In order to do this, we needed to collect data for both the men and the women. We did this by collecting their service times as well as their interarrival times. Also with this, we created simulations for the current layout as well as a couple different ones for our recommendations of possible improvements. From here, we will present our recommendations to Moon Tower Inn shortly.
So now, in order to approach this problem, we needed to do data collection. For our data collection, it was very important to know at which times we needed to go to Moon Tower Inn and collect the data of interarrival and service times. We used Google Popular Times to figure out that on Wednesday, Fridays, and Saturdays they had a interval of time where we needed to go and time our customers. With this, we figured out that there were slow times on Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and regular times on Friday and Saturdays. After our second data collection, we figured out that the busiest times were Wednesdays due to a promotion they had. So for our first part of the data collection during Friday and Saturdays, we collected the data and we fitted a distribution to it using a StatFit software. For our results, as you can see on the screen, our best distribution was the lognormal distribution. From there, we figure out the parameters, the mean and standard deviation for each day interarrival and service times, and we input it into our simulation. Followed by that, we did a verification and a validation of the simulation, and it turned out that our simulation was not accurate with what we saw in the real system whenever we visited and collected the data. For this, we went back to Moon Tower Inn on a Wednesday when they had the promotion and collected our second data set. We did the same process. We fitted the distribution. It turned out to be lognormal as well, both for interarrival times and service times. We created out simulations based on these results and also the proposals or the alternatives that Ingrid will explain.
So to start our simulations, we first had to simulate our original or current setup that Moon Tower Inn is using, which is shown here. There is one gender-specific restroom for men and one for women. And here you can see that men and women wait in their separate lines, use their gender-specific restrooms, and then leave. The problem with this setup right now is that the men time in system is almost 10 minutes, which is very high. So this is what we decided to try to minimize for Moon Tower. So for our first simulation, we decided to keep the same layout that they already have, but change the restrooms to unisex restrooms. So for this simulation 1, each unisex restroom has its own individual line, but both genders can use them. And for this, we can see that the male time system has been reduced, but to see if we could better these results, we went on to simulation 2, which is the same layout of 2 unisex restrooms, but there's only one line for both restrooms now. So men and women would enter, wait in one line, and then first come, first serve to whichever unisex restroom is available first. And this brought down both the female and male times from the original system. Next, the team decided to create a new alternative where we would actually propose the addition of a third restroom. Since the location is such a large place, we do feel that this is something that they should consider. So for the first of this setup, we decided to simulate having 1 male restroom and 2 female restrooms. However, as you can see, with the male time still being over 9 minutes, this doesn't actually solve Moon Tower Inn's issue. So for that, we moved on to simulation 4, which is the reverse of the previous, where we have 2 male restrooms and 1 female restroom. Here you can see that the male time system has been greatly reduced to just 3.5 minutes. So this is something that we feel is a viable option for Moon Tower Inn. And then lastly, for our 5th simulation, we decided to create 3 unisex restrooms. So there would be 1 line for all genders to use, and then first come, first serve into one of the 3 unisex restrooms. And here you can see that the time for both female and male customers is greatly reduced compared to any of our other simulations. So for that reason, we do suggest that Moon Tower Inn goes with our recommendation 5 of 3 unisex restrooms. However, because of the fact that we were using their most popular day for our simulations and the fact that this would require a financial investment on their part, we also have a backup recommendation of using simulation 2, which is having 1 line for 2 unisex restrooms, as this would not cost them any money since it is the current layout of their location already. And we will be presenting this data to Moon Tower Inn very soon. And with that, we would like to end our presentation, and thank you so much for your time.